there. Welcome. I'm Kris Kendall, host of Fulfilled After 40, the podcast. Today we are talking with Val. We're going to be doing some coaching with her to talk about some of the things she's facing as a new business owner. Val, how are you?
Hey, Kris, I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm so excited to talk to you today because I know you're going to be able to help me get past some of these roadblocks I'm at the minute.
Excellent. Well, that's great. Okay. Well, tell us about some of these roadblocks.
Okay. So, like you said, I am a new entrepreneur. I've just started a little company. It's business, mindset, and money coaching. And one of the things that I am trying to pull together is my framework, which will give me all of the foundations for how I structure any group coaching sessions I do, content that I'm putting online, and really help me solidify the messaging I'm putting out so that I know the people that I want to reach are going to be able to find me.
Okay, great. So let's start with the messaging at a high level. What is your pitch to new clients?
Okay, so I'll tell you what it's been so far, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
Okay, so I tell people I am the entrepreneur acceleration architect. So I'm helping accelerate women business owners, entrepreneurs, side hustlers to get past their places of chaos and frustration and get to the place of business ease. So I want to help them harness meaning and peace from the whirlwind that is entrepreneurship to accelerate them to their goals.
Okay. I love all that. That's really cool. Okay. So one thing that caught my attention is that you mentioned past chaos and frustration. So you sort of have that negative pain point, if that's what they're feeling. And then you mentioned something in peace. What was that last piece? The last word?
Yeah. So I want to harness meaning and peace.
Meaning and peace.
The whirlwind of entrepreneurship to accelerate them to their goals.
Okay. So that is a lot of things in, and that's fine. I mean, I think that all sounds great. And it does feel like it hits all the pieces, the meaning and peace is the mindset, the past chaos and frustration. Those are all the pieces. Okay. So which part of that are you feeling or are you happy with that? I guess should be my first question.
It feels too big still.
Okay.
Like it feels like, I'm just like, hey, we're going to do this and that and do that. And also this is going to be great. And so I feel like it needs to be maybe pared down a little bit or made the focus needs to be sharper.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Up a little. Yes, it does. I agree. I think that's true. Okay. So without any of the buzzwords, without any of the fancy stuff, if you just were walking down the street and met a stranger and they said, what is your business, in 6 words, what's the very basic generic thing that you're going to do?
I'm going to accelerate side hustlers and entrepreneurs to their end goals. Which sounds
end goals. Yeah. What's an end goal?
So that's a great question. Maybe that's where I'm tripping up. I don't necessarily know exactly what their end goals are. So for example, let me think about this for a second. That's actually, yeah, that's a problem. Maybe they want to they have a certain number they want to increase their revenue by within a certain time frame. Maybe they want to double their revenue in 6 months.
I love that.
Maybe they want to fully launch. They're doing the hiding thing that we all do. They're afraid to launch. Maybe I can help them launch that. Maybe they're looking to grow their squad of people. So by that, I mean those people that are really maybe on the same path or are a little bit further along the path that can help them. So I'm really good at connecting people together. So I'm a great networker. I've got a huge network of people. I love making connections to help people grow their business. I think that's something I do really well. And I'm really good. I'm a great researcher also. So knowledge and getting people the knowledge that they're missing. And
Okay,
I think I'm wandering away from the question.
Yeah. Okay. So of those things that you mentioned, the doubling revenue in 6 months, start launching your business. So that would be starting with brand new entrepreneurs who are at, 0 to launch. Okay. Increasing revenue. So that's people that have already made money and you're helping them grow it. Creating a community and a support network and providing information. Of those 4 or 5 things, which one do you just love the most, or which one just seems like I really hope all of my clients want that, and then everything else is gravy?
Do I have to pick one, or can I pick 2?
You can pick 2. Yeah. What are the 2 that speak to you most?
Really building their community and doubling
Okay.
their revenue.
Okay. I love that. That's perfect. Okay. So if you think about it, like if you imagine what that would look like what you could offer in a networking community building situation that helps people double their revenue, what might that look like?
So I did a little event a couple of weeks ago. And I called it the Side Hustle Launch Party. And it was so much fun. I had such a great time. I had a couple of friends who are starting their side hustles, or maybe are a little further along in their entrepreneur journey. And they were able to connect with people that they hadn't met before. They all made some sales while they were there, which was great. And just the excitement that came out of that, and watching and getting the comments and the feedback from them as well. Like, oh my gosh, this was so much fun. I know I'm building my community now. So that was pretty good, actually.
Okay. So are you thinking, would like hosting these events on a regular basis be something that could be a main component of your offering, or like just a side component?
I actually kind of envision it as a bit of a side component. So okay, so let's say I'm going to do a group coaching thing for 3 months or so. Okay. At the end of that, we're going to do the Side Hustle Launch Party, which could be partially in person, or like a hybrid online for people who aren't local, and really spotlight these people and give them an opportunity to really launch what they're doing out to other people. And so for this event, I invited a bunch of non-entrepreneurial types, but people that I knew would be really supportive of the whole thing. And I think that was validation to the people, that the entrepreneurs, the side hustlers that came, that, oh, there are people out there interested in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking something along the lines of that, maybe.
Okay. So when you think about doing 3 months of group coaching and doing these events, does it feel like 80% of your time on group coaching and 20% on the group events? Does that feel right to you?
Yeah, actually, when I think about it, I get really excited about it. So I was thinking along the lines of something called like the 100-day side hustle, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Where I work through month 1, we work through pillar 1 of the framework, month 2, pillar 2, month 3, pillar 3. I don't know if it's too long. I don't know. I think I'm getting caught up in the details, and maybe I just need to nail down the highlights of what I would talk about and worry about the rest once I figure that out.
Yeah. I think so, because you know it's fluid, and depending on the people in the room and what they need, you might be able to move through that first section or that first pillar quickly, or it might take a little bit more time. And so, yeah, it may have to sort of ebb and flow a little bit in the beginning. So that's okay. You don't have to have it completely locked down, and things change and they pivot and they evolve. So I think that's okay. So I love this 100-day side hustle. 100 days to your first something, first amount of money to launch to
Yeah. So 100 days. And I'm just kind of thinking about this now that we're having this conversation. So this is really good. So yeah, either 100 days to officially launch or 100 days to double your revenue, whatever that looks like. If you brought in $1, you bring in $2. Look at that. You're successful.
yeah.
Or, you know, if you're at the 30K mark, working through what it's going to take to get you to 60. It's kind of what I'm thinking.
I love this. Okay. So do you have sort of back to that first question of like, if you could choose to work with people who do not have a business and want to start one in the next 30 or 90 days, whatever, 100 days, versus people who have already made 30K and want to get to 60K, do you feel like there's one group over the other you prefer, or are you open to any of those people?
I think I need to pick. And this
with group coaching,
because people who are at zero and people who are already making $30,000, their problems are different. And the challenge I'm having, I guess, on this is, I want to help the people who are really just starting out, because I understand how that feels on the one hand, but on the other hand, I need to get paid for what I'm doing, because there's huge value in everything, that all of the tools and the learning and experience that I have. I can't just give that away for free at this point. And I feel like I need to build my revenue to a point where maybe I could then offer something, a quick guide or whatever, to help get people started. And I know women in particular love giving stuff away for free. I'm trying to step away from that mentality. So I really think the people that I want to work with are going to be able to make the investment that I have in mind for this.
They've already seen some success, right? So they know that they're capable of it. They've already made 30K, they've already made 50K, whatever that amount is. And by investing in you to help them double that, they know that that's a possibility. Whereas somebody who's brand new, maybe they don't know that they're even capable of that yet, right?
Right. And I think the mindset hurdles for somebody who's really just starting out is maybe a completely different offering.
Yep.
Like that could be like its own, hey guys, we're going to work through this stuff in a month.
Yeah.
Until you get past these mindset hurdles, you're not going to be able to move forward. And I'm just kind of thinking about this. I was watching a webinar the other day, and when I'm thinking about like the investment side of it, it's like, okay, you're going to invest one way or the other to get where you want to go. And it's either going to be in money, in a product or service that can help you get there faster, or it's going to be in frustration and time, and probably money also.
Yeah.
So, I definitely think that people who understand that and are ready to make that step are who I want to work with.
Yes. Okay. I love that for part of your messaging. You're going to invest something. And here are your options. Which do you choose? Do you want to do you want to do it the easy way or the efficient way, or do you want to, do it the kind of painful way?
Right. I wouldn't say easy, because it's definitely painful either way. Yeah. But you can have the pain for, a shorter amount of time, or you can stretch it out over months or maybe even years. And, what zone do you want to sit in, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So 100 days to double your revenue or something along those lines. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
I love that. Good. So the 3-ish month group package and participation in your like live mixers if they're local. Now, I guess the thing about that
live mixer, I love that.
Okay.
I'm writing that down. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Got excited.
That's the goal.
Yay.
Okay. Yeah, I really love that too. I think that I wish I lived close to you, because I really want to participate in that.
I think it can
Okay.
be a virtual thing too, and that community aspect can also be, yeah, okay, fine. It's definitely really exciting to come to this cool restaurant that I work with and see people in person, and there's that in-person excitement. But I think that that can also be created to some extent online.
Yeah. Yes, I love that. Okay. So we have a little bit of your messaging, and you also mentioned like structure and content and stuff. Is there anything in those components or pieces based on this sort of new plan that you think we could talk through, or how are you feeling about all that?
Yes. Yeah, I definitely think so. Because when we were talking at the beginning and I gave you like 47 words to describe what I'm doing,
Yes.
it's like, oh, that's a lot. I would love to try and really hone in on the theme of my framework, because I think if I get that messaging right, the other stuff that I'm doing in the pillars is going to fall into place. So I kind of feel like the pillars, one is about really the mindset piece, and I'm just scrolling over because I actually have some notes over here.
Yeah.
So some of it is about the mind trash piece, the changing that inner monologue and that resiliency, which is that networking community stuff. And then a piece is about the authenticity, which is, about your brand and about how showing up authentically makes a huge difference. So your values, your message, your framework, and constructing that longevity of that. And then legacy, which is the money piece of it, which people have all kinds of crazy stuff going on in their heads about. So pricing, your money mindset, your fiscal intelligence, how to call your audience, marketing, speaking, and then finessing those opportunities to keep moving it into the future so that it doesn't get stagnant. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about as far as my sub themes go. But I'm really tripping up on that main messaging piece and getting it to where it feels really authentic to me.
Okay. Okay. So let's think about specifically what they're going to get. So in 100 days, you're going to help them. So now that the audience is already making some money, so like you said, they're at a different stage in their confidence level, their imposter syndrome, their any of those things that they might be feeling. They know it's possible, but they're not sure that they can ever get to the next level, maybe, or they it still seems like a unattainable goal. So what are some of the things that you think in at a high level they might be experiencing so do you think like maybe that 30 to 50K is about right, or is it just any level?
I would probably say 30 to 50K.
Okay.
I think I need to be kind of specific on this because, and I know, that's an area where a lot of women get stuck and have a hard time getting rid of the mind blocks to get them to that 6-figure, which is another milestone, which creates additional challenges for them.
Okay, so like trying to get them to that first 100,000.
Yes.
Okay. So first 100K. And what are some of the things that you think your group sessions, because that's going to be the biggest component, what well, do you have in mind how big they're going to be, how big the groups are going to be?
As many people as I can get.
I mean, is that like 6, 12, 25?
You're making me be specific. This is good. Okay, so for this first one, I would love to have 25 to 50 people. I think that feels good. Maybe it's a little aggressive, but I have a really big network, like thousands of people. So I kind of feel like, am I going too far on that? Maybe.
Maybe
I'd love to look on your face.
Like, well, I'm just thinking for like 25 people all saying, but Val, I have a question. Like, how long are these sessions going to be?
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Okay. So let's say 10. Maybe
Okay.
10.
I don't want to limit you or discourage you from going big. I just like logistically,
No,
what
that's
feels
fair. I'm a
reasonable.
very futuristic thinker, and sometimes like the logistic pieces of it, I don't always see the impacts of it until it's too late. So I appreciate getting reined in a little bit on that.
Okay. So
I don't have a team to help me manage that.
right, yeah.
So it's a really fair point.
Okay. So for example, 10, that's at least an easy number to work with. Okay. So this first group of 10, they're all going to come in with this, like they've made 30 to 50-ish, or, they want to get to that. They're close to the 50K and they want to get to 100K. So you're going to get them to that first 6-figure month or total cumulative.
Yeah, I think total cumulative is
Yeah.
the right place for that.
Yeah. Okay. So in what you've already been working on, what are some of the things that you can offer them as far as like, what will you help them do? You're going to help them with like marketing, with business things, with, you mentioned a lot of mindset, but is there a specific like words around their mindset that you think they're facing?
Yeah. So first I want to help them think bigger.
Okay.
I think that people limit how big they think they can grow based on what society has told them in the past about it. So they're making 50K, they're feeling a little frustrated. They're like, I'm working all the time. Wasn't this supposed to be easier? So I want to help them really understand that the numbers are numbers. And this is what those numbers at this point mean. And this is what we need to do. This is how we get the numbers to the next step. So let's say they're probably not charging enough for whatever they're doing to start with. So I think that is one of the steps in there, is to actually look at, okay, what are you doing? What are you charging for it? Why do you think you can't double what you're charging for it?
Pricing. Yep.
So the pricing for sure. Product. I think there has to be a conversation around what they're selling.
Yeah.
Are they selling one product with a bunch of different components? Or are they trying to sell 50 different things and wondering why none of those are getting them where they want to go? So talking them through what about what they're doing makes them feel excited. And if none of it's making them feel excited, then maybe there is a conversation to have around pivoting to really honing in. So product clarity, maybe on purpose and where they want to go. Getting a little bit of a reality check maybe on what that looks like. I'm really big on what got you here isn't going to get you there.
Yeah.
You have to change your input in order to change your output. So although I hate doing them, I think a time study would be one of the first things, because at 50K, they're working all the time. They feel like they don't have enough time. So, okay, well, we're going to find you that time. Like,
yes,
I found myself 8.5 hours a week by stopping playing this little video game that I like.
Wow. Okay.
So I was a little surprised by that. I was like, "Oh, wow, that's a lot of time on my phone." I'm pretty sure I yell at my kids for that. So, helping them remove some of the time obstacles they have. So I think a time study is a great thing to do and look at and say, okay, but what can you put aside? What can you delegate to somebody else? I'm loving this, by the way. I'm so excited.
Me too. I am so
I'm
excited
like,
too.
oh my, this actually makes so much sense.
It does. I'm really all of this. I love this. And I know that when I was at this stage, all of these things, I would have been like, yes, 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 I need it.
Yay. Um,
So, I mean, and that's a lot. And you don't obviously have to have it all ready at this point. Okay. So going back to
helping me get to where I go. So thank you.
yeah. Okay. Good, good, good. Yeah. And you mentioned wanting to kind of now broadening the 100 days to double your revenue or to six figures or whatever you call it into like maybe 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's your headline. And then what is your sentence or two below that, the tagline of like helping women grow their small business or their side hustle or whatever you want. I would pick one instead of entrepreneurs and side hustlers. They're sort of the same. So which, just for the sake of like conciseness, what are some of the words that you want to use that really resonate with what you're trying to do?
So conciseness aside.
Okay, yeah, just talk.
Put that aside for just a second, because like 70 words
Yeah.
come into it. I really want, I'm like you, I'm really motivated to help women over 40. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
A little piece of honesty here. I turned 51 in about a week and a half.
Wow.
So I'm excited about the pivots that I'm making later on in life. I'm a single mom. I would love to see moms grow their wealth and be able to give some generational wealth to their kids. That's a bit some of the motivation for why I started doing this to begin with. Okay, so let me rein that back a little bit. I really want to work with women entrepreneurs who want to explode their businesses, that just are impatient and don't have the time to deal with the garbage. I'm being really good. I'm not swearing today. Yay. Get rid of the garbage, be impatient, show up, do the work. Let's get this thing going,
Mhm.
I want there to be some urgency behind it, because
I love that.
I think that will help them stay motivated. But
Yeah.
still not at the message yet. Okay, so entrepreneurs.
But so entrepreneurs or moms, like specifically, are you really targeting moms or is it women or is it anybody?
Oh, it's definitely not anybody.
Okay.
We could have a whole other podcast on that with some of the conversations I've had in the last couple of weeks. Very
Okay.
interesting stuff. We'll hold on that for today. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of messaging out there that's aimed at moms or single moms or moms over 40. I'm certainly a recipient of a lot of that. And it feels worn out a bit.
Okay. Okay, you can keep it generic. So do you want to specify women or do you want to just kind of, even though you're targeting women and maybe your messaging will resonate mostly with women, you don't have to say women unless you want to. And you could think about it too. You don't have to decide right now.
No, I'm looking for the diplomatic answer here, because I really have had some very heated and entertaining conversations with people over the last couple of weeks on this one.
You don't have to be diplomatic. You can say whatever you want to say.
Okay. I really want to work with women, and it's been really interesting to see some of the men I know in my life get really angry about that. I'm like, well, can't this help men too? I'm like, yeah, but there's lots of stuff out there for men, and there's not. My messaging is really targeted to the problems that women have. Oh yeah, it's been interesting. Okay. So
yeah,
you know what? I really want to work with women. I really want women who want to explode their income, who are feeling a little impatient about it, don't have a lot of time for the BS. I'm not one for that anyway. And that's who I am authentically. I'm not I'm a poop or get off the pot kind of girl,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
make some
yeah.
decisions and get it rolling. That makes
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay. So, um, as far as like the I don't know, the verb, like helping, enabling, guiding, working with, like, do any of those resonate with what you want to, how you want to describe your relationship with your clients?
Yes, I think working with, or maybe enabling. Women,
So,
mom. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit. There may be a little chat GPT in my future.
yes, exactly. Yeah, enabling women to explode their business quickly, efficiently, and without all the BS, or,
Yeah, exactly.
whatever some of the things
That's
you said.
exactly it. That's exactly it. Let before we deal with the mind trash, let's take out the BS and
Yes.
just get on with it. Working with enabling moms to explode their businesses without all the BS.
Well, you mentioned urgency. Now, explode, it has a little bit of urgency implied, but maybe you want to put in there some kind of a quick, fast, efficient, whatever, some sort of word that indicates timeliness.
Yeah, timeliness and efficiency.
But what's like maybe a more powerful word than those, like quickly or fast, or um you know um with speed, with urgency. I mean, you can be direct, but just to make it clear that these are 100 days of action, and shit's going to happen in 100 days. It's not going to be like
Exactly.
thinking and all. It's not going to be fluffy. It's going to be like, we're doing stuff, and your business is going to grow during this time.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I'm just kind of looking up some words and I'm not finding the right one. So I think I'm going to have to work on that. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. Shit's going to happen in 100 days.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
love that.
show up ready to work. Let's get it done. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Excellent.
Shit's going to
Okay.
happen.
So you're going to think a little bit more about that audience and really kind of deciding if you want to market specifically to moms, or if you want to leave it a little bit more open to women. And so, yeah, kind of see what feels right over the next few days, um and then work on some of the words that are impactful, that really get the point across, that if somebody's reading this and they're at that stage, it's going to speak to them. It's not fluffy, it's not buzzwords, it's not, you know, um be all that you can be kind of stuff. It is like what's real.
Right.
And then let's see, do you have any other
Right.
homework?
Yeah. That feels really exciting to me too. It feels very
Yeah.
authentic. And yeah, I really like that.
And this is what you seem really, yeah, I can feel your excitement, and I can feel that this is what you want to be doing, that there's a lot of stuff you are capable of doing, and you can help lots of people do lots of things. But when you kind of boil it down to just like this smaller group, and like what really is going to make you excited and happy and love what you're doing, um this feels like we're getting really close.
Yeah, and I just had another thought on this whole thing too. So I've been called a disruptor in the past. So I think I need to figure out how to work that in. We're going to
Yeah.
disrupt whatever's going on. So
Yeah.
pull your
Take
panties up and let's go, because it's going to be a ride, but we're going to get someplace really cool at the other side of this. We're going to disrupt whatever's going on. And I think I need to play with that.
disrupt the patriarchy. Okay, well, it's not Barbie movie. Okay, sorry.
That's okay, Barbie.
But, yeah, just like kind of take power of the word and take ownership of the word that
Yeah.
you want to. We're tired of following all the rules that have been put in place for us. We're going to make our own rules. You know, love that.
I love this so much. Why didn't we talk about this a couple of weeks ago?
I know. Yes. Okay. We're finally getting there. You're ready. I'm ready. Yes,
This is
this is the
good.
right spot. Okay. All right. Is there anything else before we wrap up that you want to bring up or do you have a lot?
No, my mind, I think my mind is really spinning on this. And I think this has really helped push me in exactly the direction that I've been kind of fumbling around trying to figure out. I mean, honestly, for like 2 months. So I kind of knew where I wanted to go, but this is really helping me focus that effort and get really clear and excited about this. This is exciting.
Good. Excellent. I agree. I'm super excited to see what's coming next. I can't wait until we talk next time and to hear what you've decided and where you're going. And so this is really great. Well, thank you so much, Val. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I'm so excited to see where you're going with this.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for the time. I mean, you're helping me disrupt my own brain stuffing and get it moving. Thank you. Thank you. This is awesome. I'm excited.
Of course. All right. Well, then we will talk soon, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much for joining us today for another episode of Fulfilled After 40, the podcast. That conversation with Val was super exciting. I love seeing business owners and women that are like coming together with the things that bring them so much joy and happiness and really help them to find fulfillment. So if that's something that I could help you with, I'd love to have you as a guest on the show. Visit fulfilledafter40.com, hit the podcast button at the top, and would love to hear from you. So have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.